The year is 1876, a time of great turmoil and transformation in the American West. The Great Plains of America echo with the thunder of hooves, a symphony of nature's raw power and beauty. The Lakota people, defenders of their ancestral lands, are locked in a bitter struggle, fighting to preserve their way of life. They fight for their way of life against a relentless enemy, the United States Army, which seeks to dominate and control the land. Leading the Lakota resistance is a man of immense spiritual power and strategic brilliance, Sitting Bull, a leader whose name would become legendary. He is not only a warrior but a holy man, a visionary guiding his people through the fires of conflict, offering them hope and strength. His story is one of courage, resistance, and the enduring spirit of the Lakota people, a testament to their resilience. Sitting Bull's life unfolded against the backdrop of a changing world, where the old ways were being threatened by new forces. The Lakota, a proud nomadic people, roamed the vast expanse of the Great Plains, living in harmony with the land and its creatures. Their lives were deeply intertwined with nature, following the rhythms of the seasons and the migrations of the buffalo. They followed the buffalo herds and lived in harmony with the land, their existence a delicate balance of give and take. But the arrival of European settlers disrupted this delicate balance, bringing with them new ways and new conflicts. The tide of westward expansion brought with it broken treaties, forced relocations, and the decimation of the buffalo, the Lakota's primary source of sustenance, leading to widespread suffering. As more settlers encroached upon their territory, the Lakota found themselves caught in a struggle for survival, their very existence threatened. The U.S. government, driven by the desire for land and resources, sought to confine the Lakota to reservations, stripping them of their freedom and their sacred connection to the land, a connection that was the essence of their identity. The stage was set for a clash of cultures, a conflict that would test the limits of endurance and the strength of the human spirit, a battle for the very soul of a people. The Lakota people, facing the immense power of the U.S. Army, needed a leader who could not only inspire them in battle, but guide them spiritually, a beacon in the darkest of times. They found that leader in Sitting Bull, a man who embodied the courage, wisdom, and deep spirituality of his people, a leader who would stand against the tide of change. His life and leadership would become a beacon of hope and resistance for the Lakota, and a testament to the power of the human spirit in the face of overwhelming odds, a story that continues to inspire to this day. Sitting Bull's journey began in the heart of the Lakota territory, a land rich in culture and tradition. Born around 1831 near the Grand River in present-day South Dakota, he was originally given the name Jumping Badger. This name, like many in Lakota culture, held deep significance and was a reflection of his family's hopes and dreams for him. Even as a young boy, he displayed a strong connection to the spiritual world, often seeking solitude to meditate and pray. A powerful dream he experienced as a child foreshadowed his destiny as a leader and protector of his people. This dream was not just a fleeting vision but a profound experience that would guide his actions throughout his life. In his dream, a yellow hammerbird warned him of an approaching grizzly bear, a symbol of danger and power. The imagery of the bird and the bear was vivid and left a lasting impression on the young boy. The bird's message was clear. Sitting Bull was to be a shield for his people, protecting them from harm. This sense of duty and responsibility became a cornerstone of his character. This dream, deeply rooted in Lakota spirituality, left an indelible mark on the young Sitting Bull, shaping his worldview and setting him on a path of leadership. It was a path that would demand courage, wisdom, and unwavering commitment. The Lakota people placed great importance on dreams and visions. These experiences were seen as direct communications from the spirit world, offering guidance and wisdom. They believed that the spirit world communicated through these experiences, offering guidance and revealing the path to be followed. Elders would often interpret these dreams, providing insight and direction. Sitting Bull's dream was seen as a powerful sign, marking him as someone destined for greatness. His community began to see him as a future leader, someone who would carry the weight of their hopes and aspirations. As Sitting Bull grew older, he proved himself to be a skilled hunter and a courageous warrior. His prowess in hunting and battle earned him respect and admiration from his peers. At the age of 14, he earned his father's name, Sitting Bull, after displaying remarkable bravery in a battle against the Crow tribe. This act of valor was a defining moment in his young life. This act of valor, performed at such a young age, solidified his reputation as a rising leader among the Lakota. His bravery and leadership qualities were now recognized by all. The name Sitting Bull, signifying strength, determination, and a steadfast spirit, would become synonymous with Lakota resistance in the years to come. His legacy as a leader and protector of his people was just beginning. The Lakota people were renowned for their warrior traditions. Young men were trained from an early age in the arts of warfare, horsemanship, and combat. They learned to respect their enemies even as they fought fiercely to protect their families and their land. Sitting Bull excelled in this warrior culture. His courage and strategic thinking were evident in numerous battles and skirmishes. He led Lakota war parties against traditional enemies like the Crow and the Shoshone, earning a reputation for his bravery and tactical acumen. But Sitting Bull was not driven by a lust for war. He saw conflict as a last resort, a necessary response to protect his people and their way of life. One incident in particular stands out as an illustration of Sitting Bull's extraordinary composure under fire. During a skirmish with U.S. Army soldiers in 1872, Sitting Bull calmly sat down in the midst of the battle. Ignoring the whizzing bullets and the chaos around him, he took out his pipe and began to smoke. This act of defiance, of unwavering courage in the face of danger, had a profound impact on his fellow warriors. It was a powerful reminder that their leader was not afraid to face the enemy head-on. Sitting Bull's bravery, rooted in his deep spiritual beliefs, served as a source of inspiration for the Lakota people, strengthening their resolve to resist the encroachment of the U.S. Army. Central to Sitting Bull's leadership was his unwavering faith in Wakantanka, the Great Mystery, the sacred power that permeated all things. This belief was not just a personal conviction but a guiding principle that influenced his every decision and action. He believed that true strength and wisdom came from a deep connection to the spirit world. This connection was nurtured through various spiritual practices and rituals that were integral to the Lakota way of life. This connection was not merely a matter of faith for Sitting Bull, it was a lived experience. He immersed himself in the spiritual traditions of his people, seeking guidance and strength from the spirits. He was known for his profound visions, often received during the Sundance, the most sacred ceremony of the Lakota people. These visions were not just personal experiences, but were shared with his community, reinforcing his role as a spiritual leader. These visions provided guidance, foretold future events, and instilled confidence in his followers. They were seen as messages from the spirits, offering direction and reassurance in times of uncertainty. They believed that Sitting Bull was a sacred intermediary, a bridge between the earthly realm and the realm of the spirits. His ability to communicate with the spirits was a source of great strength and unity for the Lakota people. The Sundance was a physically and emotionally demanding ceremony that involved days of fasting, prayer, and ritual dancing. Participants would endure great hardships to demonstrate their devotion and seek spiritual enlightenment. It was a time of intense spiritual connection where participants sought guidance from the spirits and offered sacrifices for the well-being of their people. The ceremony was a communal event, strengthening the bonds within the tribe. Sitting Bull's ability to endure the rigors of the Sundance and to receive powerful visions during this sacred time solidified his reputation as a holy man, a spiritual leader chosen by the spirits to guide his people. His endurance and spiritual insights were seen as a testament to his divine favor. His visions were not kept secret, they were shared with the Lakota people, providing them with hope and bolstering their resistance. These shared visions fostered a sense of collective purpose and resilience among the Lakota. One such vision, received before the Battle of the Little Bighorn, foretold a great victory against the U.S. Army. This prophecy was a rallying cry, inspiring the warriors to fight with unparalleled bravery and determination. This prophecy would galvanize the Lakota warriors, filling them with the courage and conviction to face the might of the 7th Cavalry. It was a moment of unity and resolve, driven by the spiritual leadership of Sitting Bull. Sitting Bull's spiritual leadership was not separate from his role as a military strategist. The two were inextricably intertwined. His visions and spiritual guidance were crucial in shaping the strategies and morale of his people, making him a revered leader in both realms. Sitting Bull was not only a spiritual leader, but also a brilliant military strategist. He understood that the Lakota, despite their warrior skills, could not defeat the U.S. Army in a conventional war. The soldiers were armed with superior firepower, and their numbers far exceeded the Lakota warriors. So, Sitting Bull adopted a different approach: guerrilla warfare. He knew the terrain intimately and used this knowledge to his advantage. Hit-and-run tactics, ambushes, and lightning-fast raids became the hallmarks of Lakota resistance under his leadership. Sitting Bull recognized the importance of choosing his battles carefully. He avoided large-scale confrontations where the U.S. Army's superior firepower would give them a decisive advantage. Instead, he focused on wearing down the enemy, chipping away at their resources and morale. This strategic approach frustrated the U.S. Army commanders, who found themselves constantly reacting to Lakota movements instead of dictating the terms of engagement. Sitting Bull's ability to outmaneuver his enemies, coupled with his spiritual guidance, transformed the Lakota resistance into a formidable force, one that inflicted costly defeats on the U.S. Army and inspired other Native American tribes to join the fight for their freedom.